And then there was light. Good evening, or good day. It's been a while. It's been a good while. Challenges upon challenges. Each week was more challenging than the next. And I just had my most challenging week thus far this year. And it's a lot of suffering. I think if there's a common theme to the videos thus far, it's that there's a pattern of vulnerability here. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to give full disclosure to the events that are occurring in my life, but I'll tell you that it's not been easy. And if you're a person who's watching this, who's not having an easy time, I just want to say hang in there because there is an end to suffering. Things do get better and they will get worse again. Any high time will have a low time that will ensue, and any low time will be followed with a high time. It's just that you have to make sure that you're not attracting low times to your life, or that if all you see are low times and you can change that, then I recommend you do. And if that means leaving where you are or leaving who you're with, you got to do that because otherwise it's just masochism, you know? that you're not here to play a martyr unless that's your actual objective. If so, be clear about it and join whatever cult you need to. Uh, I don't agree with that myself, but hey, you do you. Um, yeah, it's been a tough time. Been a really tough time, and tomorrow I'm going to get some answers. And as a friend told me, no matter what happens, I'll be relieved because I'll have answers. They could be positive, they could be negative. I'll have answers. So it's the end of the uncertainty, which is what I'll be receiving tomorrow, or at least a part of it. I don't know. The story continues. I really hope not. Yeah, I had two payments from this week of suffering. One is finally deciding to make a video on this for the Temple of Swag. I think I'll entitle it the Swag of Suffering, or the Swag of Pain. Swag of Pain. I don't know yet. The first payment is this video. Second payment is getting an answer. I must go. I must make the footage that is required of me to make before I go. For you. For me. I'm doing this because I need to. And that was my last cigarette, by the way. Well, I mean, not on video. I had one after that, but that was my last cigarette. So if you're quitting smoking, good job for you. Uh, it's nice. It's nice. But you may be faced with other issues after that, you know. It may cover up issues that require you to confront yourself, which is why doing drugs is great, you know, and smoking and drinking is part of that. You have this enjoyment, which is like an additional layer on top of some deep seated nonsense that you may or may not have been keeping on the down low, hidden to yourself. And so maybe that's why I'm in so much pain because I'm finally dealing with this plus decade long addiction. Uh, Throwing that away and when you rip off the bandage, you have to look at what's underneath, and sometimes it's pretty ugly. And that's not the price you pay. The price you pay are the scars and the horror and the pain of healing. And what you get out of that is instead of a sexy band aid, is that you have new skin, thicker skin. If at some point I do get subscribers, if I do have more views and people are interested in figuring out how to quit smoking, then I'll make a video on that. Or maybe I'll just do it out of my own prerogative and fancy I'll make a how to quit smoking video. The swag of stopping smoking, I don't know. Oh man, I lost a lot of weight. Oh man, I was fasting. And then the next day, my dog assaulted me. She didn't mean to. She just hit me in a place that, she was very excited and she hit me in a place where she shouldn't. And that mixed up a bunch of things in my system. And that was the start to a very tough week, the toughest week of the year thus far. And tomorrow, I get answers. I already have one very important answer now. So I need to move on. I have that payment and the payment of the video. I think that's all that I wanted to say. Pain is a temporary thing and sometimes a necessary thing. Growing pains, huh? There's no growth without struggle. You don't need to suffer. I have a friend, what kind of a friend? I think we use the term friend very loosely, like the way we throw around the word love. We use these words so much that they don't mean anything anymore. So, this individual that I know quite well, he thinks that life is suffering, whereas I think that life is a struggle. And the difference between struggle and suffering is that struggle isn't necessarily negative. I think struggle is a very good thing. I think it's a necessary thing. I think it's a thing which is unavoidable, or you can do your best to avoid it, but at some point you're going to have to face the things which are required to face. And the best things in life come out of the struggle. I mean, all stories happen because there's a problem. Without the problem, there is no story. There's no real story without a problem. And the figuring out a way to solve that problem, which the struggle is, makes a story. And we all have different stories to our lives, but it's up to us whether we paint it as or convey it to another person as a sob story or a hero's journey. I mean, how are you going to make it? What do you want? Pity? This could be a pity video, but like my first video, I'm telling you that this isn't about pity. This is just me venting, practicing my public speaking, even if I don't have an audience in front of me. All I have is the future in front of me. the dozens or hundreds or even thousands or more people who are going to see this in the next years or decades or who knows what, if the internet still exists. This audience, that's who I'm interested in. The one I don't know. I don't need to know you. But I do need to express myself, and I do wish you well, wherever you are. If you're going through something right now, it will end. So understand the swag of pain. Struggle is good. Suffering is optional. The pain will be inevitable. The pain of the struggle. Think of this. My life, the best, at least in my life, the best friendships that I have made, and to be honest, I haven't made a lot, but the best friendships. If you want to make a best friendship, really good one, is put yourself in a difficult situation with that other person. That's why the army, the guys who be in the army, are a family unto their own. It's a different kind of family because you bleed together. And I guess, though I have no experience, that's what a proper marriage is like too. You know, till death do us part. I mean, shit. That's that is quite the commitment. And in that commitment, all the cuts and bruises and scraps and fights, ideally not physically, huh? um, you get stronger. The union becomes stronger because you go through all that crap together. And of course, there are boundaries, but there's also the will to succeed. Look at the light, man. I don't care what happens tomorrow. Stop caring. Get what I deserve. Sick of suffering. I have a lot of reasons to suffer. I'll struggle instead. Okay, so poem. I'll let you be on your way. The hearts that would beat with anxious pump leave lovers restless in the night, lusting for nothing and loving for everything, in places that soil the eardrums, the faces, il se mélange, staring at what stares like dogs dazed in wonder, handing over bills to purchase happiness and leaving empty handed. She waits for me less than I, and now I feel like a moth to the flame, anticipating my next death when sight abandons and the smoke twirls until it's gone.